I believe he's bringing these countries to the table. He's the president of the United States. This country is the most powerful economy in the world, and it's about time that we get some fair and better trade deals for the United States and the American people.
What's up, y'all? Brian Tyler-Cohen went on the Elex Michaelson show, which sounds like a fake name, but it's not. And he does a fantastic job moderating this debate between Brian and MAGA Barbie Tomi Lahren. This happened a couple months ago, but it's a good thing to go back and watch how much nonsense Tomi Lahren was spewing. It's good for us to see and compare what they said they wanted to do as opposed to what they're actually doing. So let's watch some clips and I'll give my thoughts on it afterward.
That's President Trump talking about a roller coaster week for the world's economy as he launched and then pulled back on tariffs. Look who we got with us this week for an exclusive Issue Is debate. Brian Tyler-Cohen regularly draws millions of viewers to his YouTube page, one of the most followed in progressive politics. He's host of the No Lie with Brian Tyler-Cohen podcast, available wherever you stream. Fox News commentator Tomi Lahren is regularly viewed by millions of people on the right. She is host of Tomi Lahren is Fearless, which drops weekdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time on Outkick.com, Fox Nation, and various social channels. Our past shows with Brian and Tomi were among the highest rated and most viewed online shows we've ever done. It's been a few years since we've had them on together. We needed to cool down over that period. So we're excited to welcome both of you back to The Issue Is.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me. And I would just like to say the last time that I had the pleasure of talking to Brian Tyler-Cohen, President Trump was not our president. So it's a great day for me to be here with President Trump back in office, and I can't wait to get into it.
Okay, well, let's begin by what President Trump did this week, Tomi. President Trump's tariffs. There is an escalating trade war going on between the U.S. and China, while the president has placed a 90-day pause on most of his reciprocal tariffs on other countries. Wall Street seemed to like that. We've seen huge swings in the stock market. Tomi, what do you think of the president's trade policy?
Listen, this is the art of the deal at its best, and I understand that there was some volatility on Wall Street, and that's understandable, and I don't ever want to downplay anybody's concerns when it comes to their finances, their 401k, their retirement. I completely understand the anxiety there, but what President Trump has said, and I believe, is this is less about Wall Street and more about Main Street, and what you're also seeing is this president in action. He's managed to, in a couple of days' time, isolate China from the rest of the world, put them in their place. He's got that 90-day pause. Other countries coming to the table, 70 plus, lining up to make deals with this president. So I'm incredibly happy to see this thing play out. I understand the anxiety. I trust the process. I trust this president. And I think that we're off to the races.
Brian, do you trust this president?
I don't think that I trust the president any more than most of the country trust the president on the economy right now. The reality is that this is an economic calamity that he has ushered in, and he's done it unilaterally and voluntarily. If we actually do descend into a full-blown recession, which most people, most economists are predicting that we will right now, it'll be the first time that it's done at the hands of an American president for, completely unforced as an error, a completely unforced error. The reality is that the stock market is tanking. All of our indexes are in correction territory. If a Democratic president did this, Tomi would be apoplectic at the ruin that has been ushered in. And the only time there was some momentary reprieve in the stock market is when Donald Trump himself caved on his own policy. And finally, Tomi, you had mentioned that we're isolating China on the world stage. There's reporting now that Japan and South Korea are negotiating trade deals with China to go around American tariffs. There's reporting that the EU is working with China to eliminate those tariffs for EVs. So I'm concerned that you're not familiar with which country, in fact, is actually being isolated on the world stage. Doesn't look like it's China.
Shout out to Tomi. That must be a sweet gig. Just being a mid-white woman and just pretending like you care about anything. Especially when you don't have to tell the truth. You could just lie. Because the bill that Trump was able to pass only benefits the richest of people, making the rich richer and the poor more poor. That's the only thing he's been able to accomplish. And if those measly jobs numbers get in the way, Trump's new Bureau of Labor Statistics chief suggests suspending monthly jobs reports. Because if we don't track the numbers, no one can say that we're lying. We could just say 1 million new jobs every month, 10 million, 100 million, 500 million new jobs. If there are no reporting, then nobody can call them a liar. That's what they're doing here. They tried doing the same thing during COVID. If we just stop testing people, then the numbers will stop. It's like a child being scared of a dog and closing their eyes so that they could pretend that the dog is no longer there. And hopefully after you're 4 years old, you'll realize that the dog is still there, and if you were in any danger before you closed your eyes, you're still in that danger. And for my small government folk, Tomi loves to say the Democrats love adding more government jobs, this and that. But as you see here, who needs Klaus Schwab when you have Donald Trump? Real ID, a digital ID, the Patriot Act 2.0, which is the big beautiful bill, which just robs the poor to continue to feed the rich, a database of Americans sold to Palantir, controlled by a private company, Palantir, CIA-backed Palantir, and then the introduction of martial law, which is happening in DC. If any Democrat or anybody else would have proposed any of these policies, let alone got them done, she would have been freaking out. But because it was her God King, it's all good. Just wanting to round up homeless people and send them off to our concentration camps. And also test out how quickly and how well that National Guard will just follow orders with no questions asked. At the end of the day, that's the job that they're signed up to do. They want to do that. They're not actually trying to help anybody.
China needs us far more than we need China, as goes for the rest of the world. I understand the global economy and I understand the anxiety here in the market reacting to it, but it's pretty simple. The way things were going was unsustainable. This president understands that. So that's why he was elected in many ways, for total upheaval. The Democrats are the party of the status quo. Keep everything the same, simply just grow government, have more government jobs. This president doesn't see it that way. He believes in America and he believes in the American people. Not only does he want to bring industry and business back to this country, good paying jobs for hardworking blue collar Americans, but he also understands that he is in a position uniquely to negotiate with the rest of the world, including China. This president is not inflexible. He said he's willing to make deals. He's welcoming these other countries to make deals. But I would say trust the American people, trust American industry, and understand that the way things have been going for the last 4+ years was not sustainable. Somebody had to do it. This president is willing to take the political risk to do it, and he believes in the process. He believes in the American people. He believes in the hardworking Americans that the Democrats would do well to understand they are hemorrhaging. Continue to go to bat for China and Wall Street. I think this president's fighting for the American people, and he's going to win big time because of it.
Tomi, one of your great strengths is that you are connected to so many people in the middle of the country who are hardworking, blue-collar type people. A lot of them voted for Donald Trump because they expected prices to go down. Are you concerned that a lot of President Trump's base is now going to see their own prices go up and they can't afford that?
Listen, I think we've seen from the report that not only is inflation cooling and the consumer price index has been favorable to this president. Again, the egg prices that they wanted to go down within the first day of the inauguration, those egg prices are down. Oil is down, so your gas prices are going to go down. That's going to fuel the economy in great and wonderful ways. I understand that anytime you make a dramatic transition, the markets are going to react to that. There is a nature of unpredictability. But I would say trust the process, trust this president, and you know what, Elex? If this doesn't work out in 6 months to a year, have us back on. I will eat crow. But for right now, I'm betting on the negotiator in chief. I believe he's bringing these countries to the table. He's the president of the United States. This country is the most powerful economy in the world. And it's about time that we get some fair and better trade deals for the United States and the American people. That's what this president's doing.
Well, Tomi, I guess it's time for you to eat ass or crow, whatever you said. Because underlying U.S. inflation surging at fastest pace since the start of the year. It never slowed down. Nothing he's done has been to the benefit of regular people. It's all been to the richest people and corporations, whoever was able to bribe him, whoever is able to put money into his crypto accounts. The CEO of Apple bringing him a gold bar to his office. Like straight up bribery is just happening out in the open. Those are the only people that get to have anything good happen. Everybody else gets cops called.
And Brian, I mean, Tomi talks about this, but policies like NAFTA, a lot of folks in the middle of the country felt really hurt them, really hurt manufacturing and did not help them, even though it made Wall Street richer. What about those folks?
The reality is that if the economy is cratering, which Donald Trump is ushering right now, that's not going to help anybody. It's not going to help those folks in the middle of the country. It's not going to help the folks who are looking to reshore jobs back in the United States. The market is looking for one thing, and that is, first of all, stability and a good faith negotiating partner. Donald Trump has proven that he is neither one of those things, which, by the way, is why foreign countries are dumping American bonds right now. And so that shows that no one is willing to invest in the United States across the world because they they see that there is no stability in this country. And we talk about our trading partners. We've shown nothing but hostility to our trading partners. We've shown nothing but hostility to Mexico, to Canada. And so are these people going to be more likely to invest in the United States, more likely to get into business with Donald Trump, or less likely? We like to think of ourselves as this global behemoth that's beyond the reach of all of these other foreign countries, but we live in a globalized economy right now. And the fact is that we're not going to be able to do a lot of what we rely on other countries to do right here in the United States. We rely on a global economy. And right now, Donald Trump is doing nothing but making it more difficult for us to be able to negotiate those deals. And if he's tanking the economy in the meantime, that's not going to help anybody, whether they're in the middle of the country or on the coast of the country, whether they're Democrats or Republicans.
Trump is so good at trade deals and negotiations that now Mexico and Canada are working towards their own separate private trade deals, not including the United States. He's such an idiot, but Tomi, because she doesn't believe in anything, would never admit that her job is to just be a propagandist. She doesn't have any thoughts or feelings of her own. But let me know what you think about all this in the comment section. And if you want to see Kyle Kalinske call Joe Rogan a vile propagandist, click here. Peace.